This is the part where I run away. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class Rise of the Beast, Scourge. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front, we have a lovely image of Scourge looking all Scourgy. His name is Scourge. Hey, look, it's from a movie, Transformers. On this side of the box, we have Scourge. On this side of the box, we have Scourge, and he is a leader class leader, class A leader. Up top, Transformers Rise of the Beast. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots, and of course, you have your very brief bio if you want to read it in multiple languages. Hooray for languages, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Scourge as he appears in the upcoming Rise of the Beast movie. And here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode, and I have to say, I do quite love his design. He looks like a bad guy. He looks just like a total bad dude, and I quite dig his design. This looks like a villain. This is a villain right here. But let's get in close here so we can take a look not at his abs, but at his noggin. Oh, there's a noggin. There it is. You can see you got some nice silver there for his mask. You do get light piping. The whole back of his head here is light piping. If you get the light in there just right, it actually does glow very nicely. I just don't have the lights glowing just perfectly, but you can kind of see his eyes in there, kind of shining through. Get some nice detail there. You can see the grill chest going on. You can see some like molded chains wrapped around. Picked out in paint, which is quite nice. Get some spots of yellow as well. You just kind of get some little scrapes, little splatters and whatnot on the shoulders. As always, my main critique about Studio Series, I just wish there was some more paint on it, just to pick out those details a bit better. But you have some more of those molded chains in, and those are picked out. Got a big old claw hand because you're scared of the claw. You're scared of the claw. And then here you have a regular hand. As always, cat hair not included. Get out of here. You can see here the regular hand. Again, got some nice detail going on. You got this nice big old blade weapon going on. I really dig the design of this weapon. You can see they even molded in some little dents and dings and scratches into it, like it's been in a couple scraps. So I dig that. Again, it would have been nice if there was a little bit of a weathering pass on it, but again, yeah, it is what it is. And moving down his legs, his big old feeties. And moving up the back, not too bad. A little bit of a backpack going on, but overall, not too shabby. Now, articulation-wise, you got a ball joint at the head, so he can look up. The head can rotate, can do total squirrel. The neck itself is also on a ball joint, so you have all kinds of... One issue I have with my copy is that his neck likes to pop off the ball joint very easily, but you can rotate that. You can have the neck kind of angled forward a little bit, kind of have that look going on. You know, you can do all kinds of that. But you got a good range of movement there at the neck. The arms can do a full 360 if you can kind of work around the backpack there. They can move in and out. At 2 points, you have a point right here of outward movement, and then you have a point right here. So you have 2 points of movement there at the shoulder. The shoulder pad itself can wiggle up and down a little bit. You have bicep rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. Now, as far as the claw goes, it can just open up. You just have hinges at the base, so you can open that up. As far as the right hand goes, all you get here is just opening fingers, and that is it. You do get waist rotation. Legs can move forward that far. You can get them high kicks going on. You can move the legs back about that far outward. You can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. It's kind of a clicky joint. Doesn't click so much that way, but clicks a lot that way. And as far as the feet go, they can move up, they can move down some, and you do have lots of ankle tiltage. And it's not really a toe joint, it's for transformation, but you know, you can make his toe swing out. hey, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. Now, as far as accessories go, you do get his arm cannon here, which is cast in 2 different shades of gray. Not 50 shades of gray, just 2 shades of gray. No paint on it, but some nice detail. So you get that, and that's all you get as far as accessories. You can store this on his robot mode. There's a tab on either side here, which you can plug into the slot in his butt. That's right, tabs into his butt. There you go. You have butt storage. Hooray, hooray for butt storage. But what we can also do is we can rip off this forearm here and replace it with said cannon arm, and there you go. Now you can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff right there. And now what we can do with this spare arm is there is a slot right here that will plug onto this tab right there. So you can just plug that in back there for storage, and now, he has no trouble getting those, hard to reach itches. Hey, again, things you can do if you want to do it. And yes, the cannon is Blush compatible. Yes, it is Blush compatible. Oh yes, it is. So you can take this, plug this in. For the record, this is Siege Jetfire's effect part, which is my absolute favorite. And we can do a big old scourging Blush. That's right. That's right. And another cool feature, which is simple yet effective, and I absolutely love it, is with the arm blade here. Now you can leave it just like this if you want. It also does extend. That's more for transformation than anything, but you can have it, sticking out a bit further if you want. But the cool thing is you can raise it up on this hinge, make sure his hand is open, just bring it up, and there's a clip here in his palm, and that will just stoop itself into place. And he just wrap his fingers around it, and now he can hold it in his hand like a little double-bladed sword, and I think that's really cool. Again, it's simple but effective. Sometimes there's genius in simplicity, and I think that is just genius. And another thing we can do is, if you have little Freezer here, Scourge can hold Freezer as a weapon, so you can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang with Freezer. Hey, again, more things, more stuff that you can do. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with his Terracon buddies, with Freezer and Battle Trap, with Rise of the Beast Bumblebee and the Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Prime. So you can see how that looks, with Cheetor and Air Razor. And just because they share that same kind of Mad Max vibe here he is with Studio Series Dark of the Moon Megs. So there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. And again, I think he looks awesome. I really, really love his design. But let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the backpack here and just untab it and extend out all of those hinges. Then we're going to grab the central section here. We're going to just rotate that out until it clicks into place, and then flip this section out. And we're going to take these side panels, flip that out, and we have that done for now. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate his legs at the thigh, 180, so just bring those around. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take this wheel here, and it's going to pull out. It helps if you get this foot out of the way. And you just kind of want to pull out on the tire and just push in on the rim here, and you'll feel it. It's kind of swoop itself into place. You'll feel it, and that just aligns those two wheels there. So make sure you give it a good push and pull. Give it a good push. And do the same thing on the other side. Just grab that, and then just push it out. You'll feel it swoop into place. And there you have those wheels lined up. Once you have done that, you're going to take his feet, bring them all the way down. You're going to take his toe, swing it to the side, and then bring it up, and there's a tab slot connection right there. Just line that up and tab that in. Second verse, just like the first. Just bring that foot all the way down, swing that toe out, and then bring this up and tab it in like that. And in this foot, you have a little post you want to flip out, and there you have that done. Next up, you want to take his arm blade, and this section will fold down and tab in right there, and then you want to take the whole blade itself and extend it out on those hinges like that. Once you have done that, you're just going to take the shoulder and you're going to just shift it up and then bring the arm down. So it's sitting like that. And once that is done, you're going to untab the shoulder. It tabs in right there. So untab it and then just swing it in. Swing it into the body. Again, make sure you have everything sitting just right. So it looks like that. And you got the arm sitting there. So what's going to happen here now is you have a tab that will go into a slot right here on the inside of the leg. Again, just line everything up and tab it in. And make sure you have this leg also as straight as it can go. And that'll tab in right there. Once that is done, you can take the two legs and plug them together. Also be mindful there are posts and ports here that will go into his thighs, so make sure you have those in place and get everything nice and squozen, nice and straightened out. And there you have that part all done. And you're going to do pretty much the same thing with the other side. Just bring that shoulder all the way up and bring the arm down, then untab this entire assembly and rotate that in. That'll just sit in there like that. Just kind of close that claw up as best you can, and you got that done. And the next thing to do is get all of this seated. So you're basically just going to collapse all these hinges in. That will just collapse down like that, and this will come down like so, and it'll drop right into place, and you have tab slot connections for these side parts right here. So you just get it all nice and squozen, and there you have the hood all done. So now we're going to come here to his belly. You got these side panels here which are going to flip out. Then you're going to bring this entire section up, just rotate that into place, and you're just going to untab it. Just tabs in right there. So you're going to swing that out and then rotate it up, and now you're going to take this wheel here and you're going to bring that out, and then you can bring this down like that, and then you can swing all of this up, bring this around. You have a tab slot connection right there for that wheel, so just tab that in right there, and then you bring up this grill, and that will just loop itself into place, and you got that done. And you're just going to take the other wheel, just bring that up, and again, you have a tab slot connection right there. Plug it in, and you got that going on. And we're at the home stretch here. We're going to take these smokestacks and just rotate them up like that, then just bring this down. You have a little tab that'll go into a notch here in the thigh, so make sure that's lined up. And you also have, you can see kind of a little clip that'll go around this hinge here on the claw. So just make sure you have everything lined up so everything just drops into place as it should. Right there, and second verse just like the first, just bring the smokestacks up, bring it all down. That should all just drop itself right there into place. Make sure it's all nice and squozen. And we got that. And there you go. There you have Scourge in his alt mode. You get a pretty good spin out of him. But there is Scourge in his alt mode. And that looks like an evil Mad Max truck if I ever saw one. But again, looks really cool. I love the design. Love the design. Really dig that. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. Now, one detail I really like, it's on the actual truck, and I love that they replicated it on the figure. As you can see here on the grill, there are actually little faction symbols on the grill, which I love. You got like a Maximal symbol there, Autobot symbol. And of course you got the Terracon symbol right there. Really cool. There's also transparent plastic behind this cage here, which also does have some symbols molded in. You can't see it too well, but they are there. They are there. But that looks really cool. Again, you got those little scratches and scrapes and little weathering passes there. You got the little yellow, just my tongue stops working. You have the little yellow lights there up top. You got the horn there, picked out in silver. You got the transparent orange. which looks really nice. Makes him look nice and evil. Do quite dig that. Got the quadruple smokestacks going on there, wrapped up in chains. The chains are picked out in paints, which I think looks quite good. Overall nice detail. Now the hands are just kind of poking out the back. You know, it's kind of like Battle Trap there. Wish those kind of were, you know, tucked away a bit better, but it is what it is. You can see his feet just kind of folded up back there. Again, the back is not too elegant, but overall not too shabby. There is the top, there is the bottom. He does have visible hair syndrome. It's there, but he does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray, hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with Bumblebee. Here he is with Battle Trap. Here he is with Prime. And again, just because they look like they go to the same mechanic, here he is with the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Megs. So, there you go. Now, as far as accessories go, you can store his arm cannon on the alt mode. What you want to do here is you want to split this section right down the middle. Split, split, split. There you go. Bring this out. Bring this out. Then you're going to rotate one side down. And you're just going to rotate these sections out like that. And these two tabs will go over these two slots right here. So you line it up with this bar facing forward. And you just line it up and plug it in, line it up and plug it in. And there you have your storage. It kind of, you know, helps to cover up the claw a little bit. Does nothing to cover up the hand, but, you know, hey, it's storage if you want storage. Hooray for storage. And again, we can bring in Freezer if you got him. And what we can do here is we can use these tabs on his forearms, and they will go into these slots right here on either side. So you just drop them down. Plug it in, drop it down, plug it in, and then you got Freezer just kind of hanging out back there because reasons, why not? Dare I say why not? As always, things you can do if you want to do it. And as always, the last thing to talk about is the included base of displayage that resides within the box. So we'll open up said box, pull out said base of displayage, throw away said box. Goodbye, box. And open this up, and here we have the museum scene, number 101, Studio Series, Transformers, Rise of the Beast logo, all that good stuff. We know how these work. You take Scourge, you plop him down, and he looks all Scourgy in front of a nice backdrop. Hooray! Hooray for backdrops. So there you have Scourge, and I really like this guy. Really nicely done figure. His robot mode design, I absolutely love. I absolutely love his vehicle mode design. He just looks like a bad guy in every way, shape, and form. He looks like just the kind of dude you don't want to run into in an alley, in any kind of scenario, in a dim alley, in a dark alley, in a well-lit alley. You just don't want to meet him in any kind of alley, in anywhere, really. You don't want to meet him anywhere. He just looks like he will just wreck stuff. There's good engineering, everything works as it should, everything goes where it needs to go. My only qualm is just, I just wish, like, the hands and, like, the claw, just kind of, you know, kind of tucked in somewhere a little bit better, just kind of hid away a bit better. All the joints on my copy, anyway, are nice and snug. He just feels nice and solid. My only real complaints, really nitpicks, is just I wish he had a wrist joint in the right hand. That would have been nice, and maybe some other joints in the claw hand, you know, just so you can get a little bit more, you know, articulation out of the claw. Would have been nice. I can see DNA Design doing something about that. But all in all, very solid figure in my opinion. I'm very, very pleased with him, so. There you go! Now I picked this up from CMD Store, but you can also get Studio Series figures from BigBadToyStore.com. As always, linked in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Studio Series playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class Rise of the Beast Scourge. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Oh, hey, you're new around here. I gotta tell you, man, I really dig your look. You look so much darker, so much more mysterious, so much more menacing. Who is your tailor and or mechanic? I must know. Oh, it's this guy on the south side. He's really good. I'll introduce you. Oh, that would be great. I would love that. No, come on. You know what? I think we're gonna be good friends. Hey, do you like burritos? No, not really. I want nothing to do with your kind. Okay. Rude.